Alright guys, also if you're not aware, just quickly, I've opened a new merch store. If you want to, feel free to buy some of these items. We've got some mugs, magic mugs, so a range of different hoodies. The branding comes on the front, which is average attire. At the side, which is social anxiety awareness, and that goes for the same on the back as well. These come in a range of colors. Also, same as the t-shirt, same branding on the back and the front. Also, if you are a Twitch Prime member, you get exclusive access to these items as well. Snapbacks, beanies, and joggers as well. These are interchangeable to different colors. If you do feel like buying any of these items, all the profit made will go straight back into the channel. And that's it, guys. Feel free to gander, and if you like what you see, feel free to purchase. Okay, guys, back to the channel. Today is obviously reset day, and if you are new to the channel, what we do here every single reset day on the Thursday, we go up to new behemoth and we explain the modifiers. We then give you a build to work with, give you the perk overview and to why the build's really good for the trial, and then we actually put you into a run and I explain to you how to get your sub free and to get your gold marked. So this week we've got Koshai, and actually it's one of my favorite ones. Well, it was last rotation. I don't know why, I just really enjoy fighting him. So this week, obviously, the modifiers are, give me a moment, on the Dauntless section, obviously. Styxian Sacrifice, which are those little goblin things which run around, those little dog things. They're annoying. So then we've got Fortifications, which allows all divines from Koshai to be increased damage to actually destroy. Vicarous Vigor, which allows the behemoth to gain 1,000 hit points when damaging you as a slayer with physical attacks, which I think 99.9% of his attacks are physical, apart from the little vine thing he puts in the sky. This is why it's really, really tricky this week. And that, along with fixed goal, just makes this trial actually quite difficult. And to be honest, I think this is another reason why I like this trial. It actually is hard end game content, in my opinion. I can definitely do it. I'm not saying I can't, but I was struggling today because from Koshai last rotation with strikers, I'm pretty sure fixed goal was bugged. Don't quote me on that, but regardless, the strikers wasn't nerfed like they are today. So it was a lot more easier to actually kill Koshai in general. And I'm pretty sure the ether, and the ether drive tonic was actually viable. So I was allowed to get more re-ups on my Pangai Lantern. I remember this very specifically, I was using that. Regardless, that's the breakdown of Koshai. Today, it's a little bit different to other builds. And listen to me right now, this trial wasn't for the faint-hearted. Like, if you just start doing trials, this one will take you a while to get a clear, more than likely. There's no iceborne in this build. Funny enough, because I did a video yesterday in regards to iceborne and my thoughts on why I actually dislike the perk in general. So I'll put that video in the link in the description as well. But today, I'm actually going to give you two builds. They're exactly the same apart from the different weapons. And I'm just going to explain to you why I've given you two weapons as well. It's because I don't want you guys to be locked down to the strikers, and someone was saying to me, oh, why don't you use different weapons, blah blah blah, and I was like, strikers are better like for general overall damage, and I will stick to doing strikers in the future. But this trial in particular, because of the Vicarous Vigor, where it gains HP on hit, I've put in chainblades as well. So I'm just going to quickly explain to you the build what I've got in, and just please listen to me and my explanation, because it makes sense, trust me, because you need to kind of be running this flawless or near enough flawless. So the run I've actually got in after the build as well, funny enough, wasn't flawless in both of the runs. So it shows that you can do it without flawless. I'm pretty sure the strikers I got hit twice. And then the chainblades one I only got hit once, I think. I'm not too sure, but regardless, I got hit just a little bit, but I still got the sub free. I definitely could have got a better time regardless with these builds because of Aussie Predator. I'm still obviously working on the trial, but yeah, this is the breakdown of the build. I'm going to quick blab him. For the striker build, we got obviously the Malkarian striker, same as last week. Catalyst, Wild Frenzy, and then your traditional Titan's Crash, Psychonic Strike Plate. And make sure you get this Thunder and Bolts up to +3, which means you need to get the Thunder and Bolts to level 10. This will give you the 30% damage, so the extra damage to Behemoth Heads, which you actually want, funny enough, in this particular run I'm trying to explain to you. And it gives you +3 AA. It's really handy because you're not going to be using AA tonics this week because obviously they're bugged. Then I've got the Helion Helmet anyway with Berserker Cell. Shroud Chest with the Overpower. Malkarian Arms with Predator. Trarok Legs with Discipline. And then Drask Lantern with Catalyst again. My tonics this week are Blitz, Frenzy, and Stamina. The reason why I haven't gone with, obviously, is the AA tonic is bugged. And another reason why I haven't gone for the Stagger tonic is because it's got fixed skull. You can use Stagger tonic if you really want to. It will definitely verify you getting the stagger near the end of the fight. I actually don't get it in my fight, and I almost do, but it goes in rage. So it's up to you if you want to switch that. It's definitely down to you. But if you are going for a sub 3, I think Stamina Tonic will help you roll more and make sure you have stamina to avoid everything, or give you a chance to avoid everything as much as possible. Let me quickly explain to you the Lantern as well. The reason why I went with Drask over Pangar, it's a really hard decision every single week for me to choose between the two. But this week I think Drask's really good because you want to get him on the floor as much as possible. You want the shock proc to come at certain times. I believe I get 2 shock proc. No, I do get 2 shock procs on the chainblades run, but I might only get 1 in the strikers run. I just need to double check that again. But you can definitely change that for Pangar if you really, really want to. It's not a problem. I was just testing things out, and I think Drask with the tap is really, really nice. So it comes in quite handy, but feel free to use Pangar as well. It's not a problem. It also gives you the stamina. So you could possibly even run the Pangar Lantern with the Stagger Tonic. So that way you get the stamina from the tap, but then you can still use Stagger Tonic. It's definitely down to personal preference. That's the build here. And it would be the exact same build with the CBs, apart from, give me just 2 seconds. Give me just 2 seconds. It'll be the same thing. I actually got these up to +9, but when you get the Thundering Cut is +10, it'll give you +3 AA. This is for damage against Behemoth Tails. I'm going to get into that in a second with that particular run. This is why I've given you 2 particular runs to explain to you, so it's not just strikers. I'm trying to give you some more variation. Just quickly, before we do get into the runs, there's a little thing I want to point out. What you can do, if you really, really want to, especially with the CBs, because of the pace of what we're getting from Catalyst, you can change the Wild Frenzy to Zerka if you really want to. If you're finding like it's too quick, or you think you can still get damage in, just use Zerka instead. But I'm just trying to make sure it's still sort of friendly for people still trying trials. You're still going to have some health to work with. The perk overview goes something like this. Catalyst, +6, Predator, Rage. Then your +3s are a mixture of Zerka, Discipline, Overpower, Rage Hunter, Wild Frenzy. And that will be +3 if I had the Thundering Cutters. But yeah, it's a real weird mix-up this week. It's very similar to last week, but this time it has Predator. Like I said already, the builds will both be in the description below. They're exactly the same, apart from 1 CBs and 1 is strikers. But I think I've covered everything else. Yes, I have. So without further ado, I'm going to put you through to both runs and explain to you how to get the clears on both of them. And also, I'm going to show you how to boop with strikers, because some people were saying to me in stream, how do you boop with Koshai with strikers? And it's, to be honest, it's pretty damn simple. It's a little technique you need to work on, and I'll show you that just quickly right now. Okay, to pull off the jumping Spirit Barrage boop, it is the same way you normally do the normal boop, but instead you do the light combo first, and do a slight pause with no directional input, by the way, jump into the sky and then do the heavy. So that's light, slight pause, and then heavy into the sky. Just make sure there's no directional input from your keys, that's your WASD keys, or your controller input from your left stick. It will not work if there's any directional input. Just make that sure you are not putting no directional input into this. So now I've covered a boop and what I find really, really efficient to actually get Koshai on the ground at the beginning. I'm now going to show you how to execute it, and also just the whole run in general. So I'm pretty sure Koshai doesn't move from the beginning spot. I haven't really tampered with start times, but I find out just potting straight away is perfectly fine. So I pot all 3 at the beginning. I jump in and I start slowly edging towards Koshai. When he turns his head, you want to start the combo by doing the light, jump into the sky, and landing the combo. Try and land the mantra for the Tempest form when you land the combo, when you land the boot. Regardless, when it's booped, re-up your Karma Breaker, land 1 clap on the head, preferably. Doesn't really matter, I landed the floor, but it's much better to aim for the face, because the Malkarian ability obviously gives you more damage on the face. Also, as you saw just then, when you're near the tail, it does the tail swipe a lot, and it's really hard to avoid every attack. And as a side note as well on this run, I completely forgot to use the legendary ability when you dash. That gains a lot of shock damage. Make sure you're using this. I'll show you when to use it to give you the most efficient use of it. As you can see, I'm bringing up my mantras now because they started wearing out. Still doing as much damage as I possibly can to the face. And add a nice combo here and the clap. Just another side note, Pangar does help with the stick scenes as well, so that's another thing to consider. So I actually get quite good with this one. I only landed 16 once with the clap. Around the 1 minute mark, you'll be getting the shock proc, landing as much damage as you possibly can in the head to get that Valkyrian ability. As you can see, I actually lost the Predator there by the enrage, really unfortunate. But around this time, right now, you want to be using the Valkyrian dash ability. There's a nice window to use it, so make sure you're using it around this time, so around 1 minute 15. I lost Predator again. At the same time, something broke. I'm pretty sure it was either the arm or the head. I'm pretty sure it was the arm. But regardless, does that move, so I'll start going for the tail. I get really, really unlucky here. I actually missed the combo. The full light combo will actually get the indestructible move there for the damage threshold. So will a clap and sometimes a karma breaker. But you saw me re-up my pots at 1 minute 30. Make sure you are re-up the pots at around 1 minute 30. If you're using Catalyst, if you're using Conduit, make sure you're re-up the matches at every single minute. And once again, you can see there's a stagger mark coming right now. If I actually had better focus and I didn't lose Predator 3 times in the fight, I definitely would have got the stagger. So there you go, take that with a grain of salt. You don't need stagger tonic to get 1 stagger. That's why I say just take the stamina tonic. It's definitely down to your personal preference. But I do heal here just to make sure that I don't die. I land on the counter breaker right at the end. But yeah, that's pretty much the run. Strikes are definitely viable this week to get sub 3 regardless, and definitely to get a good time as well without these like mistakes I made. But I'm now going to put you through to my chainblade run and explain to you how to get clear of that as well. So as I said already, as I already mentioned, just pot straight away and jump in. Koshai, I'm pretty sure stays stagnant. I might be wrong, but regardless, potting straight away is perfectly fine to get a sub 3. It's not a problem. So that's what I did. I actually used the Valkyrian ability straight away this time because I'm not going for a boop at the beginning with chainblades, so I don't trust myself. As you can see, it does that move straight away in 9 out of 10. Just keep trying to get your Reaper stance up and try and target the tail this time as much as possible to see these. As you can see, he keeps doing these moves, using the Reaper stance to get your stacks and to avoid him. You don't want to be taking any hits if possible. As you can see, he does this move. You can stay in a nice little combo there when he does that. With the enrage, I dodge again nicely. My prop is on 6 at the moment for my Reaper stance. I then get a shock block really early with chainblades, by the way, with the Frost Lantern. It also comes really quickly with Pangar. I've tried it with both. There's the second enrage, which is really nice to get an extended enrage period. I actually lose my Predator here, which is really unfortunate. I heal just to make sure. Get really unlucky there with 2 Reaper starts, but it is what it is. Once again, get into that combo there when it backs up. It's really nice with the CBs. I land my 10 second on something. It looked really weird there, but I just wanted to start bringing up my next stacks. It does this, gives you a nice little window around 1 minute as the strikers one, as I said before. You can wait to use a Valkyrian dash now if you want. But as you can see, 3 stacks get to interrupt. I'm pretty sure 1 gets it as well, it's not a problem. But 1 it's on the floor with the shock prop or an interrupted move. Just go for that tail as much as you possibly can to get that extra damage from the Valkyrian ability. As you can see, another shock prop comes in nicely, and then the tail breaks. So I'm just now waiting. Well, that's a really, really bad Reaper stance bug there. So I was waiting for the tail to grow back so I can start doing more damage to the tail. Even when it regrows, still target the tail as much as possible. I actually get hit again really gently, which is so annoying. I'm pretty sure he heals from that as well. I sort of go for the boot, but I'm not trying to, if that makes sense, because I don't trust myself. But around the 2 minute mark, it will go underground twice, more than likely. I've tested this out, it definitely does it. I'm not going for the boot because I don't want to lose my Predator. I don't want to gain health either, but you can if you feel like you can. I'm not a great CD player. As you can see, I'm just making doing as much damage as I possibly can to that tail. I was trying to get the 3rd shock prop, but I'm not sure if it's possible. I don't think it's needed. So maybe Pangar is definitely Pangar definitely is a great option for the CB as well. So once again, test out whatever you really want to use. But I just find the tap ability really, really nice. I get another interrupt. And that pretty much seals the deal. Hopefully this guys helped you out with getting the sub 3 with strikers and CBs. As I said, this is a really hard week this week, but if you did like what you saw today, feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video.